Morning and welcome back. Sorry, it just says more light required there. I don't know why. Raining again today. Nasty weather. It's not very... Oh, that's why it's on the wrong setting. I'm going to be sorting out some more trailer electrics, this time on the Bailey, because this one, the connector kind of came off the end of the cable. And then I thought, I'll just put a new connector on the cable. I've then found the cable is not connected to the other end of the cable neither. So I'm just going to go try and find another cable. Airsoft fundraiser went great yesterday. We actually raised 200 quid, which is amazing. So that takes us a total to £1,900 raised for our stand-up suicide, which is absolutely amazing. I can't believe that. So, we'll get that up and paid to them and all sorted and then move on to the next thing. So I'm going to have to take a trip down the farmyard to go find another length of 7-core cable. So I might as well replace that whole length because there is a connector just, I know it's out of focus, but just on the other side of that bar, it goes connector to connector. Well, that's good. So now you can see it's just under the front of the trailer. There's another connector, so I only need like 2 meters, so I'm going to try and see if there's any old bits of cable hanging around and go with that. Wednesday evening, down the Douglas Promenade, and the Maxwell is just leaving. That's the new boat, the boat that I was on a couple of weeks back, 2 weeks since, when I was across. So that was it, and that's the blue thing there is the Tower of Refuge. I'm just out for a quick walk with Maple whilst on the cadet run. So, lovely evening. It was absolutely lashing it down earlier, so it's nice that that's stopped. I think it's meant to start again later, so hopefully I'll be back home before that. But the Claremont is looking, where is it, down there? Pretty spectacular. The one with the lights on down there, always does. But Douglas Pond looks rather lovely. Pretty bad quality video this, to be honest. I don't know why it's coming out so bad. But that's Douglas Pond. So it's 1 mile, I think it is, from end to end. And the Manx Electric Railway sign is lit up. You might be able to just see that in the far distance to the left of the big string of lights there. Yeah. She's got a lean on. She's got a lean. Yep, so that's off to Heysham. Right. I'm going to head, find a car, go sit in it, watch a film, something like that, and go from there. And I was supposed to get some footage today of the Willow, but the weather wasn't great, and I ended up doing a different job and totally forgot about that. So I do apologise for not getting the footage of the Willow. I will attempt next week to do that. Right, see you later. Friday morning, and it is not supposed to be raining, but it keeps raining. But I am trying out my new waterproof, which is really cheap, and was supposed to be a suit. So it said suit, which to me that meant all in one. But I'm guessing I just misunderstood that because it never said anywhere on the packet there's tops and bottoms. I did get this for spraying. Well, it's not going to work because it's tops and bottoms, but it does allow me to wear it for stuff like this. So it was supposed to rain this afternoon, but it started raining this morning, and they have some pretty heavy showers as well. So I've just got absolutely soaked before I could get back for said waterproof. So we've got storm force winds coming in, which is really funny. It's actually a year since Storm Derek. So I've just seen up on TikTok that my post last year was that Storm Derek had just arrived, which is the big storm that kind of like flattened lots of things and created all the trees down and plantations being wrecked and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, a year since that. Wow, time flies. I will be back down farm area this afternoon. I think it's meant to be some quite heavy rain, so planning to get finished down here in this lovely garden, which is not going to be my last visit here because the sale has now pushed on. So I'll be back down here a few more times yet. It's all right, I'm going to crack on and get sorted. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share with you the weather forecast. No sign of any cold weather at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. You know, I was kind of looking forward to that. It was chilly this morning, coming out, but you know, I'm still in shorts, as you've just seen, so it doesn't really change much. I'll probably still be in shorts if we ever have any snow. So I'm going to go crack on. And I need to actually start getting more footage than just my face in these videos, you know, me doing stuff. So I'm going to have to get a bit more creative with the camera. But the thing is, we're not actually doing that much stuff at the moment. I don't know why I put a we in there, because it's just a me. Yeah, I might have just bought a topper, which is cheaper than buying one new. And I think it's one that I used to use, which is really funny because I tried to buy it from the people who I used to use it for. And someone had already offered for it. So I might have ended up buying it a year and a half later, which is kind of quite funny. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully get that sorted in the next couple of weeks. Just need to get a bit of cash together for it. So yeah, we'll go from there. Holding the gloves as well. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. You lot are probably not even old enough to know what programme that comes from. Hey look, I've had a hat on most of the day. I've even had to shut the doors. The weather has got that It doesn't help the two sides of the barn are missing obviously not two sides, but two side bits of the barn. It is getting pretty like out there. The unfortunate thing is the wind is swirling around and blowing rain in, which is what you can see there. And that rain then goes towards the pile of barley. So we don't want any of that. Don't really want rain in this barley. Last year, in fact, it was this weekend, last year, when Storm Darragh came in, we had a pile of grain in this corner, and it ended up with about 2 inches of water through the bottom of it. Obviously, there's no grain in that corner now, so we're not really too worried about that. For some reason, that side doesn't drain as well. Yeah, so end of Friday, coming towards it, just trying to order a new battery for a tractor for the Landini. Not any of these ones will be the Landini down at the bottom. And we found the battery, but we can't get it. That's kind of like an utter shame. But we'll, what I'm going to see is I'm going to have a measure of the... you remember when I changed the battery on the New Holland? That one. And see if that fits. Because that's a really good battery. And it wasn't that expensive as well. Which is obviously what we want to avoid. We don't want a really expensive battery on a tractor that don't really do much. Oh no, it's just water. I thought there was a hole in the tyre. Yeah. So this week, what have we been at? Tuesday was a bit of a non-starter. I was supposed to be doing something which I am actually going to be doing next Tuesday. I couldn't do it because paperwork wasn't in place. Paperwork should all be in place by Tuesday, so that should be all good and getting started on that. And I am taking Sam with me, who used to work with me. He's coming back to just do some part-time work, kind of as and when. Yeah, you know, we'll get that job smashed, get it finished, and then see where that comes from. My beacon has arrived for the pickup, and I just need to do a little bit of editing for where to put it, because the magnets on it are crap, absolutely crap, which is a shame because it was like 60 quid as well. So I've looked at getting different magnets for it. I am going to try, I'm not going to screw it onto the roof. I don't want to drill a hole in the roof of the pickup. But before I make a plate to mount it onto, which is more magnetic than the roof, I'm going to have a look at... I've got a load of the sets, you know, like the lights that I use in this. I've got a load of sets of them, and I'm going to see if their magnets are any better and if I can change them. Because if they stick better, swap the magnets over, zip that boing, done. I'm not really too worried about scratching the roof, because to be honest, the pickup's pretty scratched anyway. So I don't think it's going to make too much difference. I just want some decent magnets which will hold it, because it reckons it'll stay on up to 50 mile an hour, and it's very rare for me to go much over 50 in the pickup because of the tyres on it. So at that point, that's all right. I'm going to route the wiring around somewhere, so that comes in where there's not going to be the risk of getting water in, and kind of get it hardwired. And that'll be more for when I'm doing gritting work and stuff than anything else. But always good to have beacons on a vehicle which you might be sat at the side of a road on. So yeah. Okay, I am going to disappear off. I'm going to try and persevere. I think I just said earlier, if not, I said it on one of the other videos that I did, that I need to try and get some better footage for you, because I'm aware that this is about all that you get, which is terrible. No one wants to see this. You all want to see that and outside and things like that without me in it. I do have some jobs coming up in the new year which should produce some quite good footage, potentially, as long as I could get the drone out and about, and particularly if I have got an extra person with me, that is going to make things a little bit easier, because then someone else can fly the drone whilst I'm doing stuff. But ho-hum, we'll see where we can get, and yeah, let's go from there. So at which point, thank you so much for the likes, subscribes and follows. Really appreciate it. And all your comments and stuff like that. It's always nice. I will try and get that footage of the Willow next week, because I forgot to do that. And yeah, right. I'm going to carry on walking around in circles for another couple of minutes and then head off back down to the pickup, which is at the other end of the farmyard, typically. See you later. Thank you so much. Well, here it is. This is the terrible weather that we're getting. Yeah, lovely. I'm supposed to be cleaning some chickens out when I get home in this. I think that might wait.